Welcome to the Deep Dive. We cut through the noise to bring you the knowledge you need, fast. You know the situation: crushing student debt, universities struggling with costs, and grads finding it hard to land the right jobs. It feels, well, unsustainable. So today, we're looking at something that claims to tackle all of that. We're deep diving into sources about the EON Virtual Campus launch from EON Reality. And honestly, the claims are pretty massive.
Yeah, our mission here is to really understand the nuts and bolts, because this isn't just a small tweak. They're pitching it as potentially the world's largest digital university platform, a seismic shift.
And the headline grabber, the bit that really makes you pause, is the money side. They're saying institutions can launch this whole next-gen digital university for just 1% upfront.
1% upfront cost, and crucially, zero financial risk.
Zero risk. They call it a turnkey higher education platform.
And turnkey is the key word there, isn't it? It suggests a complete, ready-to-go solution, everything included.
Right. Not just putting lectures online. It's like the whole infrastructure.
Exactly. Infrastructure replacement plus educational innovation all bundled.
Okay, so let's unpack that. What are the actual pieces? What tech is EON Virtual Campus actually fusing together here?
Okay, so think of it as three core pillars integrated together. First, you've got the tech, AI, and extended reality XR, so augmented and virtual reality for really deep learning.
Right, the immersive stuff.
Then second, the academic side. They partner with universities for dual diplomas, so it has credibility.
Okay.
And third, the engine driving it all, this performance-based financing model we mentioned. The founder, Dan Lajerskar, talks about flipping the economics. Education has always been this huge cost center, right? Building labs, campuses.
Millions, yeah.
The goal here is to turn it into something that actually funds itself, a growth engine for the university.
A self-funding growth engine. That sounds ambitious. Needs scale, needs speed. And the sources say the deployment speed is, well, kind of hard to believe.
It is remarkably fast. They claim a full operational university online in just 30 days.
30 days. For a whole accredited, branded, virtual university linked to jobs.
That's the claim. 30 days.
Wow. Okay, that immediately brings up questions, especially for anyone familiar with how slow academic processes can be, accreditation, bureaucracy.
Sure. The speed seems possible because it's a comprehensive platform, and they leverage existing accreditation through those dual diploma partnerships you mentioned.
Oh, okay.
And it replaces the need for that massive capital expenditure, the physical labs, the equipment. Students access the XR stuff, often just using their phones or low-cost headsets. It shifts CapEx to, well, a performance-based subscription.
Okay. That makes sense financially. A huge reduction in friction there. So if they can roll it out in 30 days, what's actually in it? What do you, the learner, get?
The scale is definitely part of their world's largest claim. The numbers are big, 9,000 expert mentors ready to go across basically all subjects.
9,000 mentors.
Compared with those mentors, 9,000 certified courses focused on future jobs.
And these aren't just static courses, are they? That's important.
No, exactly. The sources stress these are AI-generated and aligned with current job market demand. So the curriculum isn't fixed for years. It adapts.
Adapts to the real world.
Okay. It's designed to tackle that skills gap, that need for rapid reskilling.
And the immersive part, they talk about this huge lab.
Yeah, the world's largest AI plus XR lab. It apparently has 36 million immersive 3D learning assets.
36 million, that's a lot. What does that mean practically?
Think of almost any complex object or scenario, an engine, a historical site, a surgical procedure, a molecular structure. It's likely available as an interactive 3D model you can manipulate and explore in VR or AR.
So instead of reading about an engine, you take it apart virtually.
Precisely. Hands-on learning, but scalable and accessible.
Okay, but with rapid deployment, huge content. So you always worry about quality, right? How do they prove the learning is actually happening and it's rigorous?
That's a critical point. They seem focused on measurement and integrity. Two key tools here. First, something called Knowledge Transfer Efficiency Analytics, or KTE.
KTE sounds a bit corporate jargony. What does that actually track?
Hey, yeah. But practically, think of it like this. Instead of waiting for a final exam, the system tracks how you interact with the XR content, the quizzes, in real time. It can tell an instructor, hey, 70% of students got concept A, but only 20% are getting concept B after this module, so they can adjust teaching or intervene immediately.
Ah, I see. So it makes learning visible, quantifiable.
Yeah, it shifts the focus from just lecturing to data-informed coaching almost.
And the other big concern with online learning, cheating.
Right. That's the second tool, the integrity suite. AI-powered anti-cheating.
How did that work? Just watching webcams?
It's apparently more than that. It covers written exams, yes, but also verified oral exams and even exams done within the XR environment itself, making sure the credential means something.
Okay, that's comprehensive. And tying it all back to the why for the student getting a job.
Exactly. They have Career Compass. It's built-in pathways linking what you learn directly to job listings and income opportunities, trying to bridge that education to livelihood gap directly.
Which brings us back neatly to the money. This whole thing is enabled by that financial model, the ImpactShare.
Yeah.
That's the how behind the zero risk.
Yes. That's really the core innovation, allowing universities to bypass the huge upfront costs.
So if I'm running a university, how does this actually let me scale up without going into massive debt? Explain ImpactShare.
The philosophy is shared success, or shared risk, maybe. EON essentially invests in the university's program. They're betting their tech works and will attract students.
So EON takes the initial financial hit.
Largely, yes. Their profit is tied directly to the program succeeding, attracting students, generating tuition. If the program doesn't make money, the university owes them nothing on that initial value.
Okay, let's get specific. The model they talk about is 1-9-20. Can you break that down?
Sure, it's designed to make it almost trivially easy to start. So the 1 is a 1% upfront license. The university pays just 1% of its average annual tuition value per student. That activates the entire platform, all the courses, assets, mentors, the whole thing.
1%. So for like $10,000 average tuition, that's $100 per student to launch. That's tiny compared to building costs.
Exactly. Negligible upfront barrier. Then the 9 is the 9% EON financed credit.
Meaning EON covers that portion.
Yes, EON fronts that 9% value as a credit. It's their skin in the game, their investment based on performance expectations. The university doesn't take on debt for this.
Okay, so 1% paid, 9% credited by EON. That covers the initial value. Where does the 20 come in?
That's the 20% shared success,
Yeah.
with and only if the program generates profit for the university from the students using the platform.
Profit, not just revenue.
Profit, then EON gets 20% of that profit. If there's no profit, EON gets nothing back on that 9% credit or beyond the initial 1% license fee. Their success is completely tied to the university's success.
That alignment of incentives is
Yeah.
powerful. It really does remove the risk for the institution.
Yeah.
Let's use that India example from the sources. How does it play out there?
Right. The India example really highlights the affordability for scaling in different markets. Say average tuition in a region is around 3,000 US equivalent.
Okay.
That means the university pays just $30 per student up front. That's the 1% to launch this entire advanced virtual campus.
$30 per student for access to everything we've discussed: XR labs, mentors, job-linked courses.
Exactly. And the university, in that scenario, keeps 80% of any profit generated. The students get high-quality education with measured outcomes. The university scales without debt. It's designed for rapid, affordable modernization.
So zooming out a bit, what's the bigger picture here? What makes this potentially so impactful globally?
I think what's unique is that it seems to be the first model that truly fuses these three things together comprehensively. You've got the academic rigor through partnerships, the genuinely innovative financing with the 1-9-20, and the verified employability piece with KTE and Career Compass, all in one platform.
And it's designed to work everywhere, right? The sources mention Harvard or a local polytechnic.
Yeah, same rules, fair pricing. That democratic access piece is key to their global mission talk. They explicitly link it to supporting the UN Sustainable Development Goals, making quality education affordable and accessible worldwide.
So it lets universities in, say, parts of Africa or India launch advanced programs without needing huge government grants or loans.
Precisely. It bypasses those traditional funding bottlenecks that often limit growth in developing economies.
Interesting.
And that leads to this final big idea they mentioned, the global education grid.
Okay, what's that?
The idea is that every university that deploys this becomes a node in a worldwide network.
A network sharing.
Sharing content, so new courses or 3D assets developed in one place, benefit everyone. Sharing analytics, the KTE data, helps refine teaching globally. And sharing opportunity connecting learners across nodes to a wider job market.
A global brain for education, almost.
Kind of. A shared digital infrastructure driving a knowledge economy.
Okay, so we've covered a lot. The AIXR core, the massive scale, the KTE metrics for tracking learning, and that really disruptive 1-9-20 funding model.
Which leaves us with a final thought, something for you to chew on after this deep dive. If this vision of a global education grid takes off, If universities everywhere become interconnected nodes, sharing content, sharing analytics like KTE, what does that mean long term? What are the implications for institutional autonomy, for the unique character and diversity of universities around the world? If standards and content and metrics become increasingly centralized and shared, does something get lost?
That tension between global efficiency and local identity.
Yeah.
Definitely something to think about. That's our deep dive for today. Thanks for joining us. We'll catch you next time.